So I can double and I still can use... Okay, this is good. And this is actually really impactful. Like, getting extra mana is huge. We also live gain more, so that will help during the game. Well, here you go. Here you go. I told you, man. When we go for the value, we get the value. So we honestly go like this, because that's better than plotting. It gives us 2 life gain. And see, this absolutely gets us ahead. And we probably want the Tyrant or Titania's command, one of the two. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today finally, some of you were waiting years for this day to come. Sultai control on the channel, and I'll tell you, this one is pure fire. I really enjoyed it. Sultai is basically a Dimir with green, but the cool green. Pillage the Bog, one of my favorite cards. The nameless artifact that life gains and ramps you. You will see how big of a difference it makes against all the aggro decks. And we have more ramp of Titania's command and the cool Tyrant endgame that makes every aggro scoop on this spot. You know, we have all the good stuff. Counter spells, removal, sweepers, you know, card advantage. It will be fun, I promise. And with that, let's go into games. And if you feel that maybe it's better to showcase Sultai more than once every few years, we can make a deal. If this video performs and, you know, it gets a lot of likes, shares and subscribes, all this kind of stuff, we will make more Sultai control. Because I honestly really enjoy the archetype and I have some few cool ideas, so I think you will like them. Alright guys, let's go into games and have fun. Oh boy. Well guys, let's be honest, if we are on the draw against Mono Red, this hand loses. Like, there's no gameplay, we just lose the game. I think we have to mulligan it. That, oh my god. Man, what are the chances I'm getting double deadly cover up and the counter spell in each one of our hands? Like, that's kinda crazy. I will keep Negate because it's 2 mana play, so it gives us more versatility than the other one. Honestly, I think we mulliganed into exactly the same hand, but worse. So, thank you, Shuffler. We are already super behind and we didn't even start the game. Alright. I remember, this was such a fun card always. Alright, so this will be some kind of reanimator probably. What do we go for? So I'm you know, keeping Mirrex for future because that is the only source of black cards. Sure. I need to negate his, you know, resurrection spell basically. Because, oh boy, you know they are coming. And it will hurt. Okay, blue mana, that's super important. That's actually insanely important. You know what? With this draw, I think we won. Like, we are not out of the woods, but we're really close to it. Okay. I mean, they love cycling cards, what can I say? But at some point... So, half of the deck is cycling, and half of the deck is resurrecting. I'm just, you know, not seeing the other half. We have 2 counter spells, they have at least 4 resurrection spells, maybe even 8. You know, push and pull is an option. But we'll see, we'll see. We have double blue, so we don't have black mana, which is super weird. But I guess we can try to work with some counter spells here. The mana is an issue, that's for sure. What did you do? Permanent spell. Discover. This will be such a pain if it flips. So be it. We have Necropsy, so we can actually kill it if we draw well enough. And I need the next Landsman, because otherwise we are not getting there. This was incredibly good value that normally I wouldn't allow if you know, if we weren't bad at Magic by not drawing correct cards after the mulligan. Yep, he's stacking this stuff. This is one of the games that is kinda, you know, a little bit annoying, just because I need to change my whole strategy based on the bad draw. And I will probably lose, because I cannot play normally. So, you know, not the perfect one, but it is what it is. Sometimes we are getting games like this. So I can play the ramp spell, and still keep up the counter spell. I need to kinda recover, because our opponent is stacking threats like crazy. So we need a lot of mana to, you know, battle it. Gains 3 times, right? Yeah, so at least like 3 turns of this being in the board. Here it comes, the first one. Hopefully, the last one. So we are going with Negate, because we can use 3 steps ahead later to get extra cards. we probably want to get rid of this. If they get something in the board, they win the game probably on the spot. So we need to just be prepared with a lot of counter spells. And we are under siege. I need to counter every resurrection spell he has and go from there, basically. If I counter this, I actually can get more value. Do I have enough mana? Blue, blue, and double blue here. We will just pain ourselves twice. It's worth it. Well, and with the life gain it doesn't really matter. Man, maybe during the game we can life gain so hard that it won't actually kill us in one turn. That would be great. And I need Memory Deluge. I need to be very efficient here. Because we are behind. And we need our big stuff. This is not our big stuff. That's for sure. I will take this and this. Removal is okay, but it's not... Okay, this is what we need. We need more of this stuff. This type of stuff. So basically I need to keep countering this until he runs out of them. And moment he runs out of them, we cast Memory Deluge and try to close the game before he recovers. So this will be very, you know, draw-based game. Alright, a lot of creatures, but we don't care. And I think this is the first turn when he kinda will. He's getting this, which will be a huge problem. A huge problem. So we can start going Mirrex. It's not the worst, but I think we, you know, get one turn to try to get more control over the game. I'm not sure if we can control this. This normally would be countered, but not in this game. I don't have a land for the turn. And I have double Memory Deluge in the graveyard. I think this might be a land, honestly. Man, oh, this is such a good card. Okay, I'm greedy. I should probably go for the land, but come on, okay, thank you, Magic. Alright, not punished, not punished. Alright, we can keep countering his stuff. So we have 2 anti-resurrect spells before he probably has 1 in the hand. Alright, that's an Atraxa. Well, it's good. Alright. Oh boy, this is a little bit rough, but I think we can buffer both of them. Alright, we can go further through this. Actually don't need to do it now. I think we have to counter Atraxa. It's just really important. I could double it. Wait. So this is what? 5, 7, 8 mana. So I can double and I still can use... Okay, this is good. And this is actually really impactful. Like, getting extra mana is huge. We also life gain more, so that will help during the game. Alright. Discarding a card. Probably long goodbye. It's probably not hitting too much. Alright, so they attack. Alright, they get the value. Oh, it's fine. So I wanted to make them exile something because I remember someone said it in the comments, but yeah, I guess they will get the value. You know what? Let's go like this and see how it works, but I messed up a little bit. That's bad. But you know, we're trying new plays. I think it still comes into battlefield, right? Yep. And it will get the effect. Good for them. What can I say? Very good for them, very bad for me. I wanted to be fancy and absolutely punished for it. However, it draws more cards, so in a way it might work for us. I think there's one shorted restoration in the graveyard, so I can get rid of it fully. That will force him into playing creatures. The treasures are a bit of a problem. They can also go this, but it's not worth it. Tear Asunder is a great card. I think with Deadly Cover-Up and go for the Restoration. Then it's only Rakdos joins up. There are too many targets for Resurrection, so I think we need to go for the Resurrection spells. Let's go like this. A bit messy game from start to finish, but you know what? I think we can recover while learning new things. Yes, yes, and we go for this one, because we see that he has one in the hand. So we already are hitting what it hurts. One Rakdos joins up, that's basically it. 1, 2. And let's see the stacked library, man, that's a lot, but he only has Rakdos joins up. Of course he can just hardcast them, but we need to live with it. I think we can keep killing them forever, basically, at instant speed. Like, we have insane card advantage and we can take some hits. And we have 5 mana, so we can counterspell and Aether go for the throat. Let's see how they use the mana. They have 5 more. Well, let's see the card. I told you, this will be a problem. I think... well, Rakdos joins up into... Is that the same? Okay, so that's exactly the same value. That's not very good. Listen, that's not very good, because I can counter one of them, but I don't think I can counter both of them. Maybe you can survive the hit. I kinda need to mill them at this point. We're getting a lot of extra life gain, so maybe there is a hope. I can kill this, but it will be a bit too late. Alright, you know what? I can live with this. And now we are learning, alright? I won't make the same mistake twice. That's why we're trying new things, to learn for future. So I'm getting 5 damage. He can flip one of the battles or just go face, but thanks to the double artifact... Oh man. Well, this is not bad. Huh. Huh. Or we can just go double Memory Deluge. They don't really have much value anymore. I can Tear Asunder this. If they play a big creature to, you know, go face basically. I think we'll go like this. We can also use this to exile the target for his reanimation spells. So that's actually really good, and we're life gaining a lot. Okay, definitely this, and probably definitely this. Man, I actually want the third one so much, but we probably shouldn't go for it. Okay, I think that's kinda good enough. We could exile something from the graveyard, but I don't think it's worth it. Alright, for 6 mana. So we can go this into this, and then we can Necropsy later. Alright. They will, like, absolutely siege us, but, you know. Okay, this is probably the least impactful thing. If they might mill themselves, and we have Reef in the deck. And fights target, trample haste probably. Alright. Trample haste, right? Alright. And we probably need to exile this first. I don't want to get 7 damage in my face, probably. Let's get rid of this. This will life gain us a little bit. Man, like, they are doing work. Like, every turn we are life gaining between 2 and 4. And I can kill this, right? We also have so much life to pay right now. It basically is free right now. Okay, and with double Memory Deluge we should be able to go further. I probably need the Reef. Yeah, and this is the problem. If they cannot burst us, their creatures are actually not quick enough for our control to just, you know, burst us with haste. And Olivia is very vulnerable to instant removal. Alright, opponent goes first. And let's sit. Let's sit. What type of 1-drop do you have? This one is a discard 1-drop. So I think we need a sweeper. I will go with Cease and Desist because they're really aggressive and I want to make sure that, you know, we get our value cards. Like, this is a good, you know, card for later, but it's optional and we don't have time for optional cards. Alright, sure. Honestly, if they don't go Braids, because this feels like a Braids deck. Oh, I see, I see. So we will discard some more. Sure, good for you, good for you. Still, they are losing some value. I think we go Joint Exploration and try to hit, you know, stuff for the next turn. I'm not sure what exactly we are going for. Probably this. If we draw this, we don't have... You know what? With Deadly Cover-Up, I will try to hit a land. Okay, I don't think we need Joint Exploration. It doesn't give us really card advantage. And we probably need card advantage against this kind of deck. Counterspell is great, but very, very slow. So I'm not sure if we get there. I didn't expect the Geeks. So good for them. They will draw an extra card. Alright, here's our thing for the turn. Do we want to Deadly Cover-Up? Do we want to Deadly Cover-Up? Honestly, this seems like a decent idea. They don't have too much mana, so we can probably outvalue them over time. I will go with this. Well, that definitely synergizes. Alright. And we gain life. So I honestly will go for this. They don't have too much mana. If they go Geeks, I'm fine with it. And this is how they get card advantage, basically. So Liliana will be a problem, so they will play Liliana on the next turn. They have really insanely good draw so far, against what we have. Alright, here's the Emperor, Investigator, some lockdowns. Alright, alright. Definitely Pixie was the right idea. This is their main strategy in a way. But the Liliana is a problem. That is the perfect punish after tapping out for a single turn. However, we have Memory Deluge, so we will go with it. I don't think we have time for Counterspell. Counterspell is absolutely great, but not against this type of... You know what? You know what? I'll take it, man. I will take it. They will play this on the next turn. So we need to be careful. I think I need to main phase this. Because I need to hit a land. That was a wrong tap. But sure. Okay, so I can go for the waste. Do we go for the life gain or Reef? Probably Reef has more usage over game, but that will be a little bit hard. Let's kill Lily. Honestly, I probably will discard the Reef. We have 6 mana, so either we draw a card that isn't a land and it will do something. This will be a big problem. Right, I think they whiffed for a turn, and this is kinda what we needed for them. Let's play the Reef. So, do we want to play the Reef? I kinda want those cards. They will play the Investigator, and that's a big deal. So I can go Whale. Each opponent sacrifice. So Whale is really bad here. I think we need the land to get Memory Deluge to get our card advantage going. And honestly, we don't really want him to draw it again. Because we could use the Lagoon Bridge when he finally attacks, but then he goes on top and he gets all the value back. It's 3 for 1 basically. This card is insanely powerful overall. And so is Shorted. Oh, they're going for this play, huh? Interesting. Interesting. Listen, if I play the Whale here... Nah, we probably just want to go Memory Deluge. I think it's better. Because we could just go Whale, force them into playing this, and go from there. Wait a moment, we need to prepare for like 3-turn play. Sorry bro, I need to think about it, because this could be a good play. This breaks their turn in half, and that means they cannot play the Investigator. So I play this, then I main phase go for the Throat. And then I attack. And they're under pressure. Then they play this. And I mean we have an extra turn. You know what? You know what? I'm not doing it. Because we can draw cards with Memory Deluge, right? And that means I'm not forced to discard it. I think that's okay. Okay, this is a good discard target. We only need 1 right now. Alright, I'm kinda happy with how it went. Well, man, I thought for a long time about this one, but I think this is the good play. They will get very good value, but over time we will win the value game, especially with the whale. Alright, and now we get our big thing. And our big thing is better than their big thing. And because of the life gain, they won't be able to stop us. Well, here you go. Here you go. I told you, man. When we go for the value, we get the value. I mean, let's go. They can kill both, but it will cost them so much. And we get more and more life. Yeah, they cannot really burst us anymore. Okay, that's a good one. With Memory Deluge we have Sync for 11 mana. Like, those 3 cards, man, are so much. Like, we can draw so many cards with this. And I think he did it wrong. Oh, right, this can target black creatures and artifacts. So, more artifacts than black creatures. But that's fine. I'm getting so much value from this. And it also cost him basically all of the mana. Look at this, man. He killed it, but at what cost? But at what cost? We will probably try to kill it, honestly. And we are at 21 somehow. Man, that's kind of hilarious. I would really love Titania's command. But do we need it? We can just kill it. Yeah, we don't need to play anything. Also, we have the Reef. So if he attacks, he needs to be careful of, you know, losing the crit. Yeah, we won. And this is why we are going for the long game. Generally, their deck is very high value, but it's not a control deck, man. It's still not a control deck. Oh, they don't want it. Bro, it's not Emperor. It's just a lone Reef. But I can just trade it. So it's 5 mana and I still have 3 open, so I can still counterspell something. We don't have a counterspell, but he doesn't know about it. So I'm going for Memory Deluge on this turn. Probably for Deadly Cover-Up. Most likely. What are you doing? I don't remember. Oh, that's a cool one. I love those kinds of effects, man. And they didn't go for the attack, but unfortunately for them, we can life gain 1 every single turn. Oh man, this is so much value. So I can kill everything, and this is small Memory Deluge, so I'm still having another one in the graveyard. I can just kill it, man. Like, honestly, we just kill it. We are so I should probably get another Memory Deluge, so that was a slight misplay. It's fine. It's fine. Titania's command. Yeah, but the game is over. Like, we just wanted to think how we close it the most efficient way, but he lost when we got those 3 cards. Look, basically the Tyrant won us the game. It life gained us, and we are so ahead right now. Alright, so far, not much happened. We played our lands, and we're recovering. I'm not sure if that's Boros control. It feels like it, because they didn't play Resort Reinforcements. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I need a removal right now. So we are... Normally you would ramp, but with this I desperately... Oh man, like I cannot win the game without removal, right? Memory Deluge is great, but having removal is even better. It's not exactly removal. It's close to though. It's very close to. That's good for them. I don't have a cut down, so there's no point in going for this one. I think that's really bad for us. I could try to ramp and go from there. But that's not very good as well. They know we have no removal because we would already cast it. So we both have rare, like, bad draw. He made a huge risk, and honestly he would probably lose the game if we had the answer. Like, if we had the removal, he would concede probably already. So you can see how much, you know, good at Magic you need to be to win games right now. Alright, that's not great. This will be so much damage, man. This is 10 damage already. And he probably has at least one hit top deck talent also, which doubles his mana pool for protection. I think we lost. I honestly think we lost with not drawing removal on turn 2. You know, the most important part of Mythic. So let's see it. My hope is that he is a very bad player, and he will tap as hard as possible, so we can whale him. But that seems impossible. Like, I have 3 mana, so I cannot even threaten double 2-drop. And Ancestral Anger is absolutely amazing if your opponent doesn't punish it. Like, basically his draw is insta loss, unless your opponent doesn't have removal. So this will be Laurent's escape, unfortunately. But then we can at least try to go for Necropsy and possibly kill it. And that's why him wasting this 1 extra mana was a big deal. Even he drew a land, so he got the easy way, kinda. And with this, I think we still have a chance to come back to this. Here it is. They will connive, they will deal insane amounts of damage, but that might be their last virtuoso. They discarded a land, which is interesting. So less damage, and so I guess they have at least 1 land here, right? Unless they are super short on value and they just want protection spells. But now they are fully tapped. We need to make sure that we don't need to tap. So black, green, colorless, and whatever mana. Alright, let's go with this one. I'm pretty happy that we have a whale here. He kinda allowed this play, by the way. But to be fair, we could just exile Joint Exploration. And now we are in the situation where we should be on turn 2. Where our opponent has no creature because he went super greedy way. Okay, so you know what? He definitely wants to play a creature on the next turn. I could also play this into counter spell. With Pillage the Bog, we should be able to find a new answer, so I will go like this. We can also use Boseiju to get rid of this. They don't seem to be needing more lands. That's it. I'm not drawing cards, but I am starting to live game, which is a big deal. I will go with it. That gets us to 6. And you can see how important this one life can be. And we now have the Reef if they attack. So we honestly go like this, because that's better than plotting. It gives us 2 life gain. And see, this absolutely gets us ahead. And we probably want the Tyrant or Titania's command, one of the two. I can play both on the next turn and none on this turn. I think it's Tyrant, it seems better, and it will give us so much value. Man, with this artifact they literally cannot kill us. Like, that's so huge. We would be at, what, 5 or something? Maybe even lower. Good for them. We could Boseiju this. But you know what, they need to get it up to 4 to even attack against the Reef, and I can still block it. So what is the play, my friend? They are attacking, that's interesting. So they must have something. I can lose this land. I'm not sure how much they can pump it, but I don't think they can kill us with it. I wish I had 1 extra mana, then I could threaten Boseiju. But I think they will pump, get us to like 2 or something, and then we play the Tyrant. Go for it. Alright, you can do it after we declare blockers, my friend. Well, that was way weaker than I expected. And now we play Tyrant and we win. Aww. And now we play Tyrant and we win. Look at all this live game, and that's what is different, versus Azorius control and all this stuff. Man, they had the best case scenario. A control player that didn't draw a removal on turn 2. And they gambled everything, they won, and they still lost. Well, that's the power of the deck. Something wasn't working with the recording. Opponent goes first. I kinda like this hand, you know? We are kinda punished for playing gain 1 life lands. We play 2 of them for Titania's command. I wanted to check it. It was one of your suggestions. And we will have a lot of tap lands, but other than this, we should be fine. So Memory Deluge just became one of the best cards. We are against, you know, some Gandalf player. And we have only removal. So this will be a little bit rough. Okay, so this... What are you? This definitely feels like toxic deck, but I don't see toxic creatures. And they shouldn't take a hand without a creature. Alright, let's get rid of all this stuff. I really want open mana on the next turn, so I need to get rid of the tap lands. Will be a little bit slow, but I think we can work with it. I would expect a creature, honestly. Like 3 mana for 4? Okay, I guess not. Do we want to play this? It's not bad. It really isn't bad. Let's go like this. We can go Mirrex on the next turn. We kinda will have troubles with second blue. But if that goes through, we are absolutely fine. I really like additional mana in this kind of matchups, like it helps you at all. I'm still not sure what we are playing against. Honestly, this should be a, you know, creature deck with... Yep, with this. Exactly. Alright, so that's unfortunate. Very good value for our opponent. And he has a land and blue mana. Alright, I see. I see how it is. Alright, so I think we go Memory Deluge. Even if they have a counter spell, we can always deadly cover up later and we get good value. And that will ramp us to 7. We allow this, that's the first you know, the first toxic counter or poison counter. This took way too long. Alright, and they know that all they need to do is defend right now. They can also use Mirrex. Alright. Tear Asunder is great. I don't want to highlight it because that will be obvious that I got something for this. I have green mana, let's go for Necropsy. We just go for a lot of removal right now. The might will be a huge deal. This is a problem. So let's go with the tap land. And probably when they tap for Mirrex, we kill Annex Sentry. And we go from there. But it will be a problem. It will be a bit of a problem. We don't need to pay the kicker, so we get our stuff back. But this is a problem. But on the next turn we can go with Tyrant, and that might be an issue for them. Even though Poison doesn't care as much, you know, it cares a little bit. Alright, number 2. I think we target it. The problem is if they phase out, but what can you do? We could also go Necropsy. You know what? Alright, we are doing something different. Because they definitely have interaction. That's 100% given. So we are going with this. And let's go for... Well... Do we want Memory Deluge out? We have the Tyrant. Is that enough value? You know what? I will just sweep. I think Memory Deluge might be important. It's kinda unfortunate that we are getting the only deck that ignores life gain. Because you can see that with this we would be able to go really hard on the, you know, defense. But it doesn't really work like this. So I expect they will cast something right now. Sure, I will gain 1 life. Alright, cool. That means they cannot Mirrex at the end step. Yep. That was such a weird hand. What did they have, man? I think they had protection spell, but why didn't... Oh, I think they had protection spells that didn't counteract this. It was probably only hexproof. So they have like hexproof and this goes around everything. That's why we didn't go for the throat. Alright, I really hope you enjoyed Sultai Control. I'll be honest, I had decent expectations of the deck, but I really loved it, man. I want to play it more. This gives you a good reason to play green, because there are a lot of great green tools, but you don't really want to play a control game without counter spells and Memory Deluge, or the, you know, basically the best control tools right now, especially 3 steps ahead, get so much value in this deck. Normally when you play Azoris, you don't really get this token, but there will be situations when you have all mana open and your opponent casts a big spell and you know he cannot cast the second one. That means you can tap out fully, he cannot punish it, and then you untap with double nameless artifact, alright? And that means you have not only more mana, but double life gain means that you probably will never get bursted. So most of the players will basically scoop at this point because they know they cannot hurt you anymore. Like life gaining even 2 every turn, and don't forget you can life gain on your turn and on your opponent's turn. So you can pillage the bog. This with double artifact gives you 4 life. And then you can go for the throat. That's 6 life in 1 turn cycle. Like, how can they burst it? Like, Lightning Strike doesn't matter. And that's really cool because against aggro decks, now you don't need to have a counter spell against their burn spells. And without things like Emperor, you need this life gain because otherwise it's a problem. With Titania's command, Tyrant, and the artifact, we have so much life gain that we don't really miss Emperor as much as in the mirror. 1 Tear Asunder is great. This is a low-key, very cool card that usually finds a target. There are so many artifacts and enchantments in the meta that usually you can sneak 1 and never pay the extra cost for the kicker. And I mean, if you are in a pinch and there's like Rogue Liliana discarding your cards or something, or Shoulder just forcing you to draw a removal or you lose the game, this just does it. And 4 mana is okay for this deck. So honestly, I really think this comes together very nicely. Sis and Assist was something I tried to experiment with. It's probably not the best card, but man, the fact that you can play a multicolored spell basically with exiling 2 cards from a graveyard, that very often makes a difference. You gain life and it cycles itself. Like, this is a really good deal. And in the worst case, if you are, for example, against Azorius artifacts, they have like 10 artifacts in different ways. You just can sacrifice your artifacts and just clear everything, and they will probably scoop. This is this is because we don't have farewell. This is our farewell, basically, for the clutter that accumulates over the game and you cannot really answer it. We can counter them, we can Tear Asunder, we can Necropsy, but other than this, we might have some problems, so that's why it's in the deck. It didn't really perform, but it's a very situational card, that's why we play 1. Worst case, you always cycle it, and there's no drawback. So, yeah, I still like it, honestly. We play more Mirrex because we don't play Jace. We wanted, to avoid this gameplay, and with Deadly Cover-Up, you can force your opponent to get rid of the Jaces if you meet some control on the ladder that isn't 1 mana hasty creatures. So honestly, I really enjoy the deck. It has a lot of different styles of playing than Azorius and Esper control, so it's very weird, not weird, but very fresh and different type of control. So I think there's a huge value in this, and especially that it uses all my favorite cards, man. This Pillage the Bog, Titania's Command, Vaultborn Tyrant, like, they're really cool cards altogether. So we just enhanced the mirror with the cool cards. And Joint Exploration is surprisingly good card if you find a slot, especially that it looks like 3 steps ahead perfectly. So sometimes they just pass the turn to not get counterspelled. Then you punish them with such a power play that, well, you will probably win from there. Like, having extra mana, especially with all those ramps spells, really puts you ahead very quickly. And sometimes if your opponent doesn't have enough pressure, you can main phase Titania's Command just to get those extra 2 lands and potentially create 2 blockers. And you say, do your worst, like, go through this guard, and if you can kill me, that's so be it. And suddenly, most of the time, you will untap with so much mana that game is basically yours. Whenever you can cast Memory Deluge on top of like counterspell and removal in 1 turn, you are nearly guaranteed to win the game from this point. So I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed Sultai control on the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of it, and I would love to provide, because I think this is a really cool archetype that probably doesn't get enough love in current standard. So thank you for watching. As always, you guys are absolutely awesome, and see you guys tomorrow.